Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Well, we got the RevMax DIY valve body done. I say DIY because it was done by me. Anyway, RevMax, if you guys didn't watch the last video, I'll put a card up there if you guys want to go back and check that out. RevMax is now going to offer a DIY valve body. Price point coming along with availability is going to be coming soon. Working on some packaging and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty cool option that RevMax has now. You don't want to spend the money on one of their valve bodies. You're pretty competent. You can do it yourself. The only thing you're going to be reusing is your main casting, and then I opted to go with new electronics. We got a bonded separator plate. We got their billet channel plate. We got their accumulator pistons, and also a thickened channel plate. Here's the factory one. Quite a big difference. So yeah, pretty cool upgrade. And then also I did do the Transgo solenoid switch valve also. So we did ream that out. On that right there, you're going to make sure and buy the right size. You're going to have to measure it. You measure one of the lands on your solenoid switch valve. These come in a 0.40 and a 0.453. So you want to measure that and see which size you have. Like I said, everything's in the last description, and also the Transgo video I have up. So yeah, pretty cool option. I'm really stoked to be able to have this in my truck. Another thing you want to check and make sure of before you order this kit is the color of your plug. If you have a white plug, you're going to have a 7 check ball valve body. If you have a gray plug, you're going to have a 5 check ball valve body. So that's one of the things you're going to want to check. Pretty easy to do before you even order anything. Come around to the driver's side of the transmission, you pop this plug off right here. That's where that plug goes down through, and then you just look and see what color that is, and then you order the corresponding kit for that. Now if you're going to change and get a new solenoid pack like I did, I think it's a great idea. Anytime you open up a transmission, go ahead and change electronics. It's cheap insurance. They're like 300 bucks. Just saves you from having to do that later on down the line if it happens to go out. If you do go to a white solenoid pack, you have an option to run 7 check balls. So it's kind of, and then there's some different things within the separator plate as well, but regardless, all that's in the last video, so go ahead and watch that. That second to the last video, gotta think back. So right now today we're going to be reinstalling the valve body and the transmission. I have the luxury of having my transmission out and on an engine stand, so I spun it around to make it extremely simple for me. If you guys are doing this while the transmission is in the truck, you're laying on your back and grabbing it that way. So it's however you guys get it done. And then also I'm upgrading the nipple for the spin-on filter. That's what comes on it. Get those out. It's a 1/2-inch Allen wrench. Loosen that up, spin it out of there, and then you got a 7/8 to tighten this nipple up in there. So let's go ahead and we're going to put this in first. Then we're going to get our valve body in and get our valve body bolts torqued to 105 inch-pounds. Just like the oil filters in your car, we'll put a little bit of transmission fluid around the ring. We'll go ahead and thread that in place. One thing I did fail to mention is your kit is going to come with new valve body to transmission rubber gaskets, so we need to put those in. You got one here, and then you have 2 here. So I'm going to pop those in, and then we'll be ready to set the valve body in place. Make sure your parking arm is in the right place before you put it in. All right, with those 3 in there, we can go ahead and set the valve body in place. Make sure that's back in park. You got the transmission park. We have your park cog in park. I was able to look in right through here and get that in the right position. Got those snug down. I'll go ahead and get them torqued to 105 inch-pounds. Probably will let them rest a minute and then go back and check them a couple of times. All right, got the valve body in. Got the bolts all tightened to 105 inch-pounds. The filter, the main filter, comes with a new seal. So I did take just a small flat screwdriver. I hit it on the lip side, drove it in, and was able to pry it out. I'll take this one and press it in. Right there is how that seal goes in. You can see we got it flat all the way around the surface there. Now we can set the filter on and put the pan on. All right, now I'll take this filter and put it in place. Just like so. Got another screw that goes in right here. Hold your filter in place. Now we're ready for the pan. RevMax does run a pan gasket, or if you want to use RTV, you can. If it has a gasket available, that's what I like to use. Cover everything up. We got a nice RevMax pan. And then it does come with hardware. They're using a stainless socket head with a flat washer. And then it does come with a drain. And then if you're not running a thermostat right now for your trans temp, it comes with a plug for right here. All right, went around and tightened all those up. I did do some blue Loctite, some 242 per instructions. And then these are torqued to 96 inch-pounds, 6 to 8 foot-pounds. And as I torque them, I put a mark on them just so I didn't lose track of where I've been and I can see what I have done. I'm gonna get some transmission fluid in that torque converter. I got about 2 quarts of oil in the torque converter, running Hot Shots ATF plus 4. Pretty much run all Hot Shots products in my trucks, whether it be this one, my wife's Gladiator. I even have it my son's gas first gen. So yeah, if you guys are in the market for some oil or some fuel additives, links are in the description, and you can use coupon code CM73 for a 10% discount each and every time you place an order. So right now we're gonna go ahead and get the torque converter put in place on the transmission, and then probably roll it under the truck and start putting it up there. Well, so like the caption says, it's been about 2 years since I did the valve body upgrade from RevMax. When we did that, the reason I pulled my transmission out is I had a rear main seal leak. So while I had it out, I took the opportunity to do a valve body upgrade. Now when I did open it up, I did find that the accumulator pistons had been upgraded, but nothing else had been done. So while we had it out, I did a new triple disc billet converter, and then I also did the upgraded flex plate as well. At that point in time, RevMax had just launched, or was in the beginning processes of launching a DIY valve body kit. Now, this has been out for a couple of years now, so this kit comes in right around $700 for easy math, or you can buy the whole valve body for $1,600, like I said, easy math. I'll put a link in the description for this valve body if you guys want to go check it out yourself. If you have any mechanical ability at all, this is a pretty easy kit to accomplish. I also did the Transgo solenoid switch valve reamer while I had it out and was doing it. it was just good insurance to go ahead and take care of that as well. Now this is two different sizes as far as your solenoid switch valve. You have to measure, unfortunately you do have to have it out to measure one of the lands to see which size you need. It comes with a reaming tool, it comes with a new solenoid switch valve. Here's your reaming tool, pretty easy. This was by far extremely easy. If you're rebuilding your valve body, you can do this as well. And then you got your deburring tool in there as well. It comes with a couple of spacers. It comes with a spring, your deburring tool, and a new solenoid switch valve. So good idea. If you're doing this, do this as well. So with that being said, we're 2 years later. I'm not having any issues with the transmission as far as shifting. I was kind of worried about putting the transmission back in there and not knowing the history of it, but I wasn't having any shifting issues prior to pulling it. Like I said, the only reason I did pull it is because I was doing a rear main seal. So opportunity knocked, we went ahead and took care of it. So right now we're gonna go ahead and open this up and show you everything that comes in this kit for $700 if you wanna take care of this yourself. Or like I said, for $1,600, you can order the full valve body from RevMax. The link for this is in the description. And let me tell you, it was a pretty easy kit to maintain. I've done Transgo's valve body kit as far as a 47, doing their shift kit, and that was by far more difficult than this was. So when you get your kit, it's gonna look like this. Their packaging is pretty darn good. It's gonna come in a bigger box than what this is, with a lot of packing paper around it. But when you first open up your kit, you're gonna see your accumulator plate. This has been upgraded since mine. This is the old version. Now the kit is going to come, with this version right here, you do have to drill and tap a hole in your valve body. With their new version of the accumulator plate, you do not have to drill that hole anymore. It hooks on the edge of the valve body, so you do not have to drill and tap that hole anymore. So it makes it even more simple than what my kit was. So this is an upgraded version from this. This was the first version. This is, like I said, 2 years later, what the kit has come to today. You got all your accumulator pistons. You're gonna have your seals for your accumulator. You're gonna have some valve body to transmission seals. All your nuts and bolts that you need, or all your fasteners that you need. Your block off screw. It does come with a billet channel plate. And then you're gonna have your bonded separator plate. Now you do need to make sure and order the right separator plate, whether you have a 5-ball or a 7-ball. And I do go over all of that in the valve body build video. I'll put that down below, so if you guys want to go back and watch the full build to follow along on how to do it, I go through everything and tell you guys as far as drilling the holes, if you need your block off screw or not, what you need to do for a 5-ball or a 7-ball. It is a good idea, like I did, to upgrade your electronics. I had no history on the transmission at all, so I went ahead and upgraded my electronics. I went with a white pack, so I was able to do a 5 or a 7-ball valve body, depending upon what was stock in my truck. So if I had some extra check balls, I could have went with the and made a 7-ball or a 5-ball, it doesn't matter. So it's just a good idea to upgrade things in there if you're not going to have it apart in the near future to do anything else, or if you're building a new transmission and you decide to go this way, it's a good idea to go ahead and upgrade your electronics no matter what. So this is everything that you're gonna get inside the kit. Like I said, it does have instructions. The biggest thing upgrade is your accumulator piston cover and your billet channel plate. It does not allow it to flex at all. And also you get a bonded separator plate for no cross leaking across the passages. Like I went over in the video, it is going to be a good idea to torque your bolts and then let it rest and then recheck them again. And while you're at it, it's a good idea to go ahead and do the solenoid switch valve like I did in my video. It's extremely easy. You cannot overbore that channel because of the design of the boring tool itself. It's self-centering and it just guides right in as it's boring through, and you cannot overbore it. You just have to know what size you need. So if you guys get a chance, check out RevMax Converters. Link for this valve body, or this DIY valve body, is in the description if you guys want to check it out. Then you can navigate throughout the rest of the website from this link and look at whatever you need to look at. Like I said, this product right here, this DIY valve body, is $700. Or if you want to spend $1,600 on the full valve body, they have that available as well. Thursday and Friday I will be at PRI in Indianapolis, so if you guys are there, come up, say hi, be glad to meet you. With that being said, if you guys don't mind, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next one.